Mikheil Kavelashvili, a pro-government and anti-Western politician aligned with Georgia's ruling Georgian Dream party, was sworn in as the country's sixth president on December 29th. The move was met with strong opposition, with critics labeling the election illegitimate and undemocratic. Outgoing President Salome Zurabishvili, Georgia's fifth head of state, vacated the presidential palace but declared that she remains the country's sole legitimate leader. Vowing to continue her fight against Georgian Dream Party, Zurabishvili denounced Kavelashvili's election as a mockery of democracy. Kavelashvili, a former professional football player, was the only candidate on the ballot in an election conducted by a parliament widely disputed by the opposition and international observers. Protests in Georgia continue for almost a month after the decision of the ruling Georgian Dream Party to withhold EU integration talks, allegedly to 2028 and in reality for good, as expected by the Georgian opposition. The inauguration ceremony took place amid growing criticism of Georgian Dream's increasingly authoritarian governments. The ruling party has been accused of adopting Russian-style laws targeting media, non-governmental organizations with foreign funding, and the LGBT community. Georgian Dream's refusal to impose sanctions on Russia following its full-scale invasion of Ukraine has drawn widespread criticism and sparked allegations of their real allegiance. The party's rhetoric, labeling Western nations as the global party of war, contrasts sharply with Georgia's constitutional commitment to EU integration and territorial integrity, as Georgia's own territories are still under Russian occupation since 2008. While the majority of Georgians support EU membership, the government announced in November that it would delay seeking EU accession talks until 2028. The announcement ignited days of protests in the capital Tbilisi. Demonstrators, frustrated by the government's pro-Russian stance, clashed with riot police, who responded with tear gas, water cannons, and even rubber bullets. Protesters retaliated by throwing stones and fireworks, signaling deep public discontent with Georgian Dream policies and an inner break in the society. Kavelashvili's inauguration further intensifies the divide between the government and pro-European opposition forces, leaving Georgia's future uncertain but looming pro-Russian stance.
This presidential residence was a symbol of power as long as there was a president here who was legitimate. I'm bringing legitimacy with me, I'm taking the flag with me, I'm taking your trust with me. This is a real parody of inauguration, and this country does not deserve such parodies, because there is a parody in contrast to us. They are behind closed doors, frightened, sold out, legitimate, unrecognized by anyone, sanctioned and bitter.
The United States this week imposed sanctions on Bidzina Ivanishvili, the billionaire founder of Georgia's ruling Georgian Dream Party and the country's former prime minister. The move highlights growing international concerns about the party's authoritarian turn and its ties to Russia. Georgia operates as a parliamentary democracy, with the president serving as a head of state and the prime minister leading the government. Salome Zurabishvili, elected president in 2018 with Georgian Dream's endorsement, has since distanced herself from the party. She condemned their continuous October election victory as a Russian special operation and has supported nightly pro-EU protests outside parliament, the sanctions against Ivanishvili and pressure on Georgian Dream as protests continue to demand accountability and a clear path towards EU integration continue.